I love a good cardigan, crochet or knit.
But have you ever wondered what that actually says about your personality? Y'all have been eating up these crochet and knitting personality videos lately. I've been having just as fun making them as y'all have had watching them. We've already covered what your favorite fiber says about you, and yes, I may have missed a couple, but for the most part, we nailed most of them. And then we tackled what your favorite yarn weight reveals about you, from jumbo to lace weight. I covered it all, and your feedback was so much fun to read. But today, we're taking it to the next level. We're talking about what your favorite crochet or knit project says about you. Because trust me, the things you make, from cozy sweaters to playful appliques, reveal way more about your style, your vibe, and maybe even your hidden superpower than you think. And yes, I'm throwing in some of my own designs in here too. So let's buckle up, see how good I am at reading you this time around, and find out if I can actually nail your maker personality. First, we're starting strong with my gang, the sweaters, vest, and cardigan lovers. If you didn't know that I was part of this crew, you must be new here, because I have an entire video called "This is Why Crochet Cardigans Are Awesome." Seriously, if you love crochet or knitting wearables, you need to watch that one next. If you're a sweater, vest, or cardigan maker, whether you've tackled my split stitch cardigan, split stitch sweater, or your own favorite pattern, you're all about comfort with style. You know how to keep it cozy without sacrificing the wow factor. You love a project that wraps you up like a hug, but still turns heads when you walk into a room. You're the kind of maker who knows the magic of a handmade wardrobe. You appreciate the time it takes to knit or crochet a garment from start to finish. You're not afraid of a little commitment when it comes to your projects, and you probably live for fall or winter, or at least those chilly mornings where you can throw on a soft cardigan, wrap your hands around a warm mug, and feel like the main character in your own cozy drama. Being warm in a cool environment is your love language. You're a master of layering, a champion of texture, and you understand the power of a timeless handmade piece. If someone spots you in a cardigan, they don't just see clothing, they see personality, skill, and a little bit of yarn magic. Next up, we have the princesses and honestly, sometimes the queens of the fiber community, my skirt and dress lovers. If you've ever made something like the split stitch wrap skirt and my homemade midi skirt, you already know you are confident, playful, and completely unapologetic about expressing your personality through your makes. You treat your crochet and knit projects like wearable art, bold and creative. You don't just follow trends, you start them. Every skirt, every dress, every carefully stitched panel is a little mini fashion statement walking down the street or across your living room, because we don't judge around here. You're the person who sees the pattern and immediately thinks, what if I added a little ruffled edge or maybe a little lace trim? And how about making it in a gradient yarn, because that's just pretty? And yes, queen, why not? You know the power of the perfect drape, the magic of shaping, and you're not afraid to go all out for the drama. You thrive on the frills and the thrills, the swish of the fabric when you twirl, the way a handmade hemline hits you just right. For you, crochet skirts and knitted dresses aren't just clothes, they're declarations. You wear your skill, your creativity, and your confidence with pride. You can never have too many ruffles. Let's not forget my toy makers and amigurumi artists. I don't talk about this category much on my channel. Crochet cardigans and wearable projects usually steal the spotlight, but I know some of you are still here in the back, quietly churning out the cutest little creatures the fiber world has ever seen. If you love making toys and amigurumi, you are playful, whimsical, and full of imagination. You've held on to that childlike sense of wonder that most people lose somewhere along the way, and you use it to bring joy to everyone around you. You don't just crochet or knit, you breathe personality into every single stitch. Whether it's a tiny kitten on your keychain, a crocheted bumblebee that fits into your palm, or a giant huggable octopus that takes up half of your bed, you create pieces that spark smiles. And size doesn't matter to you. It's all about the fun, the creativity, and the story behind each piece. You thrive on projects that are colorful, expressive, and sometimes a little bit quirky. Your work has range, from realistic detailed designs to the most imaginative magical creatures straight out of your own mind. You don't just make toys, you make joy, and that is a superpower in the crochet and knitting community. Next up, we have the lovers of baby and kid items. No offense, but let's be honest. You either had a thing for the fiber art, or you just picked up crochet hooks and knitting needles the moment a child entered into your life. Maybe it's a grandchild, a godchild, a niece, a nephew, or even a neighbor's new baby. Somewhere Somewhere out there, one tiny hand has you wrapped around their tiny finger and you don't even mind. And I get it. Kids are basically the cutest little prison wardens you'll ever meet. They take you captive with those big eyes and squishy cheeks, and suddenly you're crocheting baby blankets at 2 a.m. like your life depends on it. Whether it's a delicate crochet christening gown, a pair of knitted baby booties, a rainbow granny square blanket, or a soft and squishy amigurumi toy, you are nurturing, caring, and sentimental. You pour love into every stitch because you know that you're not just making clothes or toys, you're making keepsakes. You're patient, thoughtful, and you value comfort as much as cuteness. You don't care that babies outgrow their clothes in about 2 seconds. In fact, you want those 2 seconds to be the coziest moments of their entire lives. Every time they're wrapped in your handmade work, they're wrapped in your love, and that's what makes your project so special in the crochet and knitting community. In a very similar but definitely different vein, we have the makers who are absolutely devoted to pet items. This is for those of you who aren't wrapped around a tiny human finger, but instead a furry paw. That's just as powerful. Your free time is happily spent making dog sweaters, crochet cat beds, knitted pet blankets, and squeaky toy bones stuffed with leftover yarn scraps. You probably crocheted more accessories for your pet than you have yourself, and you're not even sorry. You are compassionate, playful, and completely committed to making life more comfortable for your furry friends. You choose patterns that are both functional and fun because for you, pets aren't just animals, they're family. You love projects that keep them cozy in the winter, cool in the summer, and stylish all year round. And yes, in your mind, you're winning the game because unlike babies, pets don't outgrow their handmade gear in 2 weeks. But don't be fooled. Just like the baby item makers, you are still completely owned by your little sidekick. Whether it's a dog giving you a side eye until you put on their handmade sweater, or a cat claiming your latest crochet blanket as their own personal throne. Your projects aren't just appreciated, they're demanded. Next on the list, we've got my hat and beanie makers, or honestly, any headgear creators out there. If you've ever made something like my Fearless Knit beanie or my black or white bucket hat, you are bold, confident, and absolutely unafraid to make a statement. You know how to take a simple accessory and turn it into a full-on vibe. For you, a hat isn't just something to keep your head warm. It's a mood, a style choice, and sometimes it's a full personality trait. Function plus fun is your mantra. You appreciate the practicality of a well-fitted beanie on a cold day, but you also know the power of a bucket hat that pulls together an entire outfit. And let's address the elephant in the room. You're not wearing a hat because you have endless bad hair days. Oh no, you're wearing them because you know you can guarantee yourself an amazing hat day anytime you want. A crochet slouch beanie to be instantly cool, a ribbed knit cap to be effortlessly chic, and a sun hat to give main character energy. You're also adventurous with your making, and you're not afraid to try new stitches, experiment with color work, or play with structure. Your headwear is more than just a project, it's your signature. And I don't blame you one bit. When every hat you wear is a handmade masterpiece, why wouldn't you show it off? Next up, we have the lovers of shawls, ponchos, scarves, and capes. You are the drama kings and queens of the crochet and knit world. Dramatic, elegant, and unapologetically expressive. You're not afraid to make a bold statement with your projects, and you love adding a touch of handmade flair to everyday outfits. Your whips are probably overflowing with triangle shawls, infinity scarves, oversized ponchos, and drapey crochet capes. You've definitely spent way too much time scrolling through Pinterest looking for free crochet shawl patterns or easy knit poncho tutorials. And if I had to guess, you probably have my two-tone flow scarf sitting in your Etsy cart right now. You just haven't pulled the trigger yet. But take my unbiased advice, you are absolutely gonna love it. Now, unlike the sweater, vest, and cardigan makers, you've got cozy in your DNA. For you, style will always win over warm. You aren't crocheting a shawl because you're cold, you're making it because it's gorgeous, unique, and the perfect handmade accessory to go with your new dress or knee-high boots. You treat yarn like fashion fabric, and every stitch is another step toward your next jaw-dropping look. Bag lovers, this one's for you. Whether it's the polychrome shoulder bag or the pack-like phone case bag, or even a classic crochet tote or knit market bag, you are the definition of practical but stylish. Your projects shout loud and clear, I like to be prepared and look cute doing it. You're the type who knows that a handmade bag is more than just an accessory. It's a statement and a functional project. You love versatility, and your works in progress probably include a mix of crochet crossbody bags, knit shoulder bags, boho fringe totes, project bags, and reusable market bags for your farmer's market hauls. You're the friend everyone wants to be around because you always have room for snacks, yarn, or whatever else someone forgot to bring. Bag makers are also trendsetters. You probably search crochet bag pattern free or DIY tote tutorial or stylish knit bags at least once or 20 times. You value both fashion and function function. You want your bag to carry your essentials, but also match your vibe, your outfit, and maybe your handmade earrings. And let's not forget, bags are the ultimate conversation starter. Someone that sees your handmade shoulder bag and immediately asks, "Did you make that yourself?" And you get to say with full confidence, "Yep, one stitch at a time." Decor creators, here is your moment. Whether it's the Oh Christmas Tree pillow, the Jesus Season Christmas wreath, or even the aesthetic hanging chair, you're the ones who love filling a home with warmth, meaning, and handmade charm. You're sentimental, festive, and passionate about your DIY home decor project that don't just sit there, but they transform a space. You're practical, organized, but also deeply aesthetic. You enjoy projects that make your home feel both beautiful and functional. Crochet throw pillows, knit wall hangings, handmade wreaths, crochet baskets. You know how to sprinkle a little bit of creativity into every single corner of your house. You thrive on balancing utility with style, making pieces that are as useful as they are eye-catching. You're the Martha Stewart of your family. Too many people have complimented your home at this point for it to be a coincidence. It's not just a hobby anymore. Your guests are actually depending on you. If they need a seasonal crochet garland for Christmas, you've got it. If they're looking for a crochet pumpkin pillow in the fall, it's already on your couch. If they're hosting a party, they just know your handmade pieces will set the vibe. You're probably the one who has a Pinterest board filled with crochet home decor ideas or knit home accessories. For you, crafting isn't just about making things, it's about creating a whole atmosphere of joy, coziness, and celebration. Your projects say, "This is a home made with love, one stitch at a time." Festive, creative, and spirited. That's you. You're the type who loves celebrating every season and holiday, and you spread joy through your themed knit and crochet projects. You're playful and thoughtful with your designs, and your makes are never just about the yarn. They're about creating memories. You're the Buddy the Elf of your family. But not just with Christmas, I'm sure you go big all year round. For Easter, you probably got crochet bunny garlands or pastel egg cozies ready to go. For Halloween, you probably forgot store-bought decor and already are crocheting pumpkins, spider webs, and maybe even a handmade witch hat. For Memorial Day or 4th of July, you've got red, white, and blue dishcloths, picnic blankets, and festive table redders already on deck. And I know you do it big for birthdays. If someone in your family doesn't have a handmade banner or a custom crochet topper, were they really even celebrated? Your projects show that you're not just a crafter, you're a memory maker. You turn every holiday, big or small, into an event. You thrive on creating things that make people smile and remind them of the special moments. You probably have a tote full of seasonal crochet patterns and a Pinterest board stacked with holiday crochet ideas or seasonal crafts. People depend on you. When the holiday rolls around, everyone's waiting to see what you're gonna make next. Will it be a Christmas crochet stocking, an Easter bunny basket, a Valentine's Day heart pillow? Whatever it is, it's guaranteed to be filled with love, color, and joy. Your projects say, "Life is worth celebrating, and I'm gonna do it in style with yarn in my hand." Warm, generous, comforting. That's the vibe of a blanket and Afghan lover. You're the type of maker who just wants everyone to feel safe, cozy, and cared for. When you pick up your hook or needles to make a crochet blanket or knit throw, you're not just making a project. You're literally breathing love and comfort into every single stitch. Your projects are meant to last. A crochet Afghan or a chunky knit blanket isn't just something to keep people warm with. It's a keepsake, something people can hold on to for years. You're thoughtful, patient, and intentional with your work. If people could describe you in one word, it would be cozy. You're probably known for giving the best bear hugs, the kind of hugs that make people feel instantly relaxed, and when you can't physically be there, it's no problem. Your family and friends always have a blanket or throw that you made to wrap themselves in and feel your presence. That's your superpower. You literally make comfort that lasts. Blanket makers are often the memory keepers of their families. You don't just crochet or knit for yourself. You make baby blankets for newborns, wedding Afghans for newlyweds, and chunky throws that live on couches for generations. You probably got a work in progress blanket right now that you swear you're gonna finish this winter. But don't worry, we all know blanket whips have a timeline of their own. Your projects say love, comfort, and warmth are all worth the time. And truly, nothing says cozy like a handmade blanket. That's all I've got for today. Y'all, I covered a lot, but I do know I did not cover everything. I already know I didn't cover every single crochet or knit project out there, and I can already hear y'all talking in the comments to tell me what I missed. And honestly, please do. I love when y'all share your favorite makes, but if I nailed your go-to project and more importantly, nailed your personality, then definitely let me know that in the comments below too. These personality style videos have been so much fun to make, and you've been loving them just as much as I've been loving filming them. So far, we've discovered what your favorite yarn fiber says about you and what your favorite yarn weight says about you. video. And now we've explored how your favorite crochet or knit project reflects your style, your vibe, and your hidden superpower. So let me know in the comments below, what type of personality test should I do next? Should I tackle your favorite crochet stitch? Or maybe what your favorite time of day to craft says about you? The ideas are honestly endless, and I want your input. But until next time, happy crocheting, happy knitting, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!